tactical rifle, which is a 3-round burst. This is a weapon that even after it got nerfed quite a bit, it's still a very viable weapon, and it's something that you can even use in core modes. Obviously hardcore is going to be a lot better, but this is something, if you are struggling with hardcore, you just don't like hardcore, it's an easy weapon to use in core modes as well. I completed this in Nuketown 24/7, as I do with almost all my weapons, but with like the recent additions of like Hijack that just came out today, and the Face Off 6 versus 6, and then the standard maps with the 12 versus 12, having a lot more players, you know, especially like the Face Off. I've been enjoying that one, the 6v6. A lot more action in there. Some of these challenges you could just fly through playing those, so you might want to just give those a shot right now and before they go away. I don't know if they will or not, but something to think about if it's still available when you watch this video. So for the class setup, obviously the AUG has to be your primary. Secondary, whatever you want. I went with the Flashbang Tactical Semtex Lethal, my favorite setup. Field might help with the challenges we're going to do. Wildcard Perk Greed as usual for perk 1, Attack and Flak. That's the 2 perks I always use in perk 1. Perk 2 is Assassin and Gearhead. Assassin just helps you get your score streaks a little bit quicker, and you'll want to be running something like the Spy Plane, because that will also help with challenges. Gearhead just allows you to get your field upgrades a little bit quicker, plus you can store 2 of them, so having 2 field mics is pretty good, especially in the face-off modes. Those are nice to have because they cover almost the entire map, so if you pop it down in the middle and it doesn't get destroyed, almost every kill you get is going to go for that. The face-off mode, you know, Assassin's really not going to help much because you can't do the score streaks, but it's something to think about, you might want to play with. And then finally for perk 3, Cold-Blooded and Ghost, like I said, I did this in Nuketown, so there were, you know, score streaks available, so that's why I have a Cold-Blooded and Ghost. As far as the class setup, I didn't put an optic on here because it comes with a 3x scope on it already, basically. So, and I like using that, and I would just kind of sit back and pick people off with this thing, and you know, it is capable of one bursting people, especially like on smaller maps, so that's why I liked having that optic on there. For the body, I just put the steady aim laser. This is going to help with your hip fire accuracy. You know, this is for if you're playing very aggressive and you don't have time to aim down a sight, you can still hit fire and you should be quite alright. For the underbarrel, I put the front grip on. This is going to help with your horizontal recoil. Just helps keep you on target a little bit easier, even if it does bounce up. I mean, it's a 3-round burst, so it's not going to full auto and shoot way off target, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. For the magazine, I put the 45-round speed mag on. This is obviously just going to give you more ammunition and, you know, help you stay on longer streaks without having to reload. For the handle, I put the serpent wrap on. This is going to help with your aim down sight time at the cost of only just 10% sprint to fire time. But the stock, we're going to put the close quarters combat stock on. This is going to help with your sprint to fire time to build that back up at the cost of your hip fire accuracy, but with the laser on there, that's just going to negate that all. So overall, this is a very solid weapon right here. Like I said, no matter what you play, hardcore or core, this one should be quite easy for you to complete. For the camos, for a spray, it's just get 300 eliminations. This is going to come natural, nothing to say about this one. For stripes, just get 100 headshots. Also, this one should just come natural. I've never had to actually try for headshots with any weapon in this game. They've all just happened over the course of every other camo in the game. For classic, just get 5 kills without dying 20 times. So bloodthirsties with the AUG, these do stack. So if you get 10 kills, you know, merciless with the AUG, those will count as 2, so on and so forth. If you are having trouble playing like the smaller maps, like the face-off and whatnot, you're dying too much, just do the Nuketown, or even like I said, the new Hijacked. Hijacked is still a fast-paced map, but it's still kind of spread out enough that you should be able to move around. For geometric, just 50 long shot medals. Some of the smaller maps might be a little bit harder for this one, but like I said, if you are having trouble, Nuketown, everybody knows, just sit in the garage or sit on the other side of the map and just sit there and shoot at each other. Everybody's going for long shots, or they're just being assholes and camping in there, and shouldn't be too much of an issue to complete 50 long shots. For Flora, just kill 75 enemies, detected, stunned, or blinded. The smaller maps will work well if you're using the flashbang and the field mic. Like I said, the field mic's going to take up almost the entire map, and as long as it's not getting destroyed, every kill you get from that point on is going to go towards this. The only downfall is it usually takes almost the entire game to get the field mic, so sometimes it's really good, sometimes it's not going to do much. But if you are having trouble, again, play the regular maps, call on your score streaks like the spy plane and whatnot, and shouldn't be an issue. For science, just shoot and kill 50 enemies taking cover from your multiplayer. This is where like the one long shots, if they're sitting in the garage and they're hiding behind the door or whatnot, every kill that you shoot if they're hiding behind that door is going to count towards this. So this one shouldn't be too bad either. Plus everybody likes to sit up in those windows on Nuketown, so this should be pretty easy to do, nothing major. Finally, for psychedelic, kill 2 or more enemies rapidly, so just double kills or more. And again, this shouldn't be too bad. If you are having kind of a hard time, like I said, you could play the 12v12 right now, and it's, you know, a lot of action. This shouldn't be at all terribly hard, especially like I said with the 12v12 or even the 6v6, because you're constantly running into action, so you shouldn't have no troubles with killing 2 more people. If you are, flip it over to Nuketown or hardcore 6v6 face off and just one burst the shit out of everybody. You might even get lucky and get people spawned in right side by side, and you can one burst both of them at the same time, so shouldn't be too much of an issue. Finally, once you unlock all the camos, you unlock the gold. When you unlock the gold for all of the tactical rifles, you get the diamond, and when you unlock diamond for every weapon class in the game, you unlock DM Ultra. I wish DM Ultra covered a little bit more than this, just because it feels like it leaves a lot, you know, left in the gun. But this is, like I said, a really good gun, but it's not one that I use anymore. Just personal preference. That's not to say the gun's bad by any means. It's just I like playing with other guns in the game instead. So that's all for this video. If you guys did like it, feel free to give it a like and subscribe if you want to see more like this in the future. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.